Hello. The mission story of January 31st, 2026, is coming from Fiji. The title, Life Service for God. Moape greets each day before the sun does. At 77, his rhythm hasn't changed, feet touch the floor while the world is still quiet, a soft prayer rises to heaven, and then he heads straight to his desk. I like to start before everyone else, he says with a knowing smile. God deserves my best hours. He was raised along the rugged shoreline of Fiji, in a home shaped by service. His father, a pastor, taught him practical skills, repairing fishing nets, sweeping the church floor, but more importantly, he taught him how to love people. Every neighbor had a name. Every task mattered. Watching my father serve, Moape says, I knew that was the kind of life I wanted. His journey led him to Fulton Adventist University College, perched on a hillside where frangipani trees lined the walkways. There, between classes and prayers, he worked in the student print shop, pushing heavy rollers and handling ink-stained pages. His hands were often dark with ink, but his heart was full of purpose. One Friday evening, alone beside the wooden pulpit of the Suva church, he prayed a simple prayer. Lord, he whispered, send me a woman who loves you, and who will serve with me. God answered. Moape married Mir, a gentle and devoted proofreader. Together they raised 3 daughters and made a promise, to follow God wherever he led. Their first assignment brought them to the Trans-Pacific Publishing House in Suva. Before dawn, Moape stacked paper, calibrated presses, and watched gospel tracts emerge in orderly piles. One day, when the manager learned of Moape's dream of becoming a pastor, he offered unexpected counsel. Stay with the press, he said. The pages you print will travel farther than any sermon. The words settled deeply in Moape's heart. He realized that even a quiet man could spread hope far and wide. For 9 years, he worked faithfully, rising through roles as machinist, foreman, and eventually finance officer. Each promotion felt less like ambition and more like God gently opening doors. Then, in 1978, the presses stopped. The plant closed, and Moape was asked to manage accounts at Fulton College. The family packed their belongings and drove up the mountain, expecting a comfortable campus home. What they found instead was a worn-out cottage, cracked walls, peeling paint, and a leaking roof. Mir broke down in tears. Let's go back to Suva, she begged. Moape put his arm around her shoulders and spoke quietly. We didn't come for comfort, he said. We came to serve the Lord. Together, they cleaned, repaired, and painted until light filled the rooms. In time, the humble house became a welcoming guest home for visiting leaders. God turned our worst house into the best, Mir would later say, laughing. The years passed quickly. Students sought counsel. Children played beneath mango trees. Ledger books balanced perfectly. Faith was lived out in ordinary days. One afternoon, a former student from Tahiti arrived, sharply dressed and confident. I'm starting a business, he said. Run it for me. I'll triple your salary, give you a car, and a new house. The offer was tempting, but Moape didn't pause. I've already chosen to serve God until I retire, he said calmly. Money won't change that. The visitor left Fiji the next day. Moments like that only strengthened Moape's faith. Every test taught me to rely on God more, he reflects. Prayer shaped his days, early mornings beneath a breadfruit tree, quiet moments in empty classrooms, evenings with family gathered around a small kerosene lamp. After 52 years of service, the day finally came when Moape closed the college safe for the last time. He walked home as dusk settled, no longer the young man who once loaded paper in Suva, but his joy was deeper than ever. Mir welcomed him at the door, daughters and grandchildren close behind. They shared cassava, sang hymns, and told stories late into the night. When asked what wisdom he would pass on to the next generation, Moape answers instantly, quoting a verse learned in childhood. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and He shall direct your paths. Then he adds his own gentle challenge: put God first, in the morning, in every decision. You may begin in a noisy print shop or a broken-down cottage, but God will always lead you exactly where you need to be. As the sun sinks over Ra, the sky glowing gold and orange, Moape prepares for rest. Tomorrow, before the first rooster calls, he will rise again, ready, as always, to give his first and best to the God who has guided him every step of the way.